Is now the best time to buy a house? Let's look at the facts. U.S. existing home sales declined for the third consecutive month as higher mortgage rates and rising sales prices hindered market activity in what is traditionally one of the best months in real estate. According to the National Association of Realtors, sales of previously owned homes dipped 0.7% month over month and 2.8% year over year to a seasonally adjusted annual rate of 4.11 million units. Let's get local. New listings were up 11.8%. Pending sales were up 7.6%. Inventory grew 39.7%. Prices moved higher as median sales price increased 5.4%. And month's supply of homes for sale increased 43.8%, indicating that supply increased relative to demand. However, that increase in supply has yet to temper home prices, which have continued to rise nationwide. At last measure, the median existing home price climbed to $419,300, a 5.8% increase from the same period last year and a record high for the month. If we've never met before, I'm Christen Ripoli, and I make videos every week about what it's like to live, work, and play in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm also a licensed real estate agent, and I help people just like you buy, sell, relocate, and invest in the greater Charlotte area. So if you're into that sort of thing, be sure to subscribe to the channel and click on the little bell so that you get notified every time we post a video like this one. In today's video, we are asking the question, is now the best time to buy a house? And I think that's a question on many consumers' minds right now. Not only are home prices the highest they've ever been, but mortgage interest rates are hovering around 7%, and changes in the real estate industry have buyers facing the potential of paying realtor fees on top of their purchase price. So why would now be a good time to buy real estate? In reality, the question you should be asking is it a good time in my life to buy a house? Housing market trends give important context, but whether or not it's a good time to buy a house depends on your financial situation, life goals, and readiness to become a homeowner. Now, if your goals align to purchasing a house, then this video is going to help you understand why waiting can potentially cause more harm than good. You've probably all heard the Chinese proverb, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, the second best time is now. And I think you can certainly say the same thing about real estate. If anyone's working on the invention of the time machine, now would be a great time to make it happen. But since we can't go back in time and buy up a bunch of real estate, we'll all have to settle for the second best option, which is now. If you're still watching this video, I can tell that you are serious about buying or investing in real estate. You can schedule a Zoom call with me using the link down in the description below so that we can discuss a strategy for your home purchase. Let's get into it. Why is now the best time to buy a house? Well, for one thing, let's look at days on market. In June, we saw an average of 31 days on market before a property went under contract. That was a decrease from last month, but still qualifies us as a seller's market. And it also paves the way for price reductions. Over the past 7 days in my MLS, we've seen 1,531 price reductions, which is nearly twice the number of actual closings in the same time frame. That shows that sellers are listing high and chasing the market. When that happens, buyers gain an advantage. Look at it this way. When a new home hits the market, it should be in the spotlight because there's already a buyer pool watching and waiting for new arrivals. This is the prime time to get not only just one offer, but potentially multiple offers, because this is when your buyer pool is the deepest. You've heard the saying, you only get one chance to make a first impression, and that's exactly how I look at your introduction to the market. Once that opportunity passes, you do not get it back. From here on out, you're reacting to the market. This brings us right into my next point. I mentioned earlier that prices are the highest they've ever been. You can see that historically, prices trend upwards. Of course, there are some points in history where you see temporary dips, but when we look at annual trends, we tend to see positive growth. Consider this. If you purchased a home before the Great Recession, you may have found yourself in a bad position financially if you were forced to sell. However, if you'd been able to hold on to that property until now, you'd be looking at taking huge gains. Of course, I don't have a crystal ball to foretell the future, but we do have historical data that can help us anticipate what's coming, and it certainly looks like prices will continue to go up. If you wait to buy, home prices will almost certainly be higher than today. Remember, a temporary decrease in values will only hurt you if you sell when the values are low. If you've gotten value out of today's video, go ahead and hit that like button. It just helps other viewers to know that there's value here. The third reason why now is the best time to buy real estate is interest rates. I realize that sounds counterintuitive, but just hear me out. Remember what happened a few years ago when interest rates went down to 2 and 3%? There was an absolute frenzy in the market as everybody and their brother decided to buy real estate, including those corporate investors who were scooping up entire neighborhoods in some cases. And when demand goes through the roof, what follows? Yes, that's exactly right. Prices increase. If you recall, we were seeing year-over-year increases of 30% or more in some places, and that can really hurt buyers, particularly first-time buyers who don't have a property to sell. Buying when interest rates are high can hurt temporarily, but there are some ways to make it easier. First off, remember that when rates come down, you can refinance. Secondly, there are options to buy down your interest rate. And thirdly, many builders are offering rate incentives, allowing you to purchase new construction at a substantial discount. Listen, if you have any questions about buying or selling here in the Charlotte area, I want you to reach out to me and my team. All of my contact information is both on the screen and down below in the description. Heck, there's even a link to my calendar so that you can schedule a time that's convenient for you, because there are lots of questions that need answered when you're planning a move. I hope you got tremendous value out of today's video. I love doing these videos, and I'm honored that you're taking the time to watch. I'd love to send you a market update for the area where you live, so follow me on Instagram and send me a DM so I can get that out to you. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.